So today I'm going to go over the 5 biggest time wasters. Before I start the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you can see any future videos that I have. And yeah, so these 5 big time wasters that I have, they're not going to be typical time wasters because I kind of want to mix it up and say some new stuff that maybe people haven't heard before. So without further ado, we're going to go to the first one, which is, I guess, a little bit less original, but not too much, but this is my biggest pet peeve. The first one is watching a show series or anime show for seasons on seasons. So sometimes people, or at least you've probably done it before, like I used to do when I was a little kid, was watch seasons and seasons of anime, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, or just really any show. It can even be like Breaking Bad or whatever. So when you get really emotionally invested in these shows, and let's say there's 100 episodes of something total. Think about it. Let's say one episode's 30 minutes. 100 episodes, it's 50 hours. Now, if it's some really long anime thing that has over 1,000 episodes and you want to catch up, like One Piece, I know they probably have over 1,000 episodes. If you want to get catched up, imagine how much time you're wasting on just watching the shows. And if you have more than one favorite show, that's even worse, because you're just keep on watching these 3 different shows. Or if you watch a new show, you got to play catch up or whatever. It's just a mess, and I don't think you should really get too invested into these shows. So if you're gonna watch something, try to watch something educational, something that's going to help you either get wealthier, or if you're going to watch something that's fun, maybe like a YouTube video of like a YouTuber, like let's say PewDiePie or something like that, or so that way it's not like, oh, you have to watch every single episode from that YouTuber. Like personally, I don't want to watch every single PewDiePie episode or every single insert your favorite YouTuber episode, especially if it's something fun like them just playing games. I don't feel like I have to watch every single one of those episodes, or I'm missing out on something. With a show, you kind of have to watch every single episode, or else you're kind of feel like you're missing out on something. So the number 2 one is traffic in big cities. So I'm from Chicago, and if you're from a big city, regardless, you deal with a lot of traffic. So I try to go to places when I'm trying to travel, either to the store, either to the gym. I try to travel outside those peak hours. So if you really want to save time and you really want everything to be empty and you want to have the gym all to yourself and just have it completely quiet, I like to try to go out to places between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning. Yes, 8 p.m. meaning 8 p.m. at night to like 8 a.m. in the morning when the sun comes up. This is because there's no traffic at all whatsoever. Places are empty. The only downside is that everything's, I guess, closed other than maybe that 8 p.m. for a few hours, and then maybe that's after that 6 a.m. for a few hours. But if you go to a 24-hour gym, like 24-hour fitness, Exports, Planet Fitness, even though not all Planet Fitnesses are 24 hours, you can go to the gym at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and you'll be able to hit all your sets. You're not going to have these people distracting you, taking your weights and all that stuff. And this saves a lot of time because people, they spend a lot of time in traffic. Especially if I want to take a big road trip, like when I visit my friends at their universities, I try to either leave home really early in the morning, like when there's not even sun out, like let's say 3, 4 a.m., or sometimes as late as 8 p.m. Or if I do have to travel within that midday, I try to do between that 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. time, because that's when everyone's at work and there's no rush. After that time, traffic usually starts to accumulate. So again, if you really want to maximize your time, and time is really precious, try to save those tasks that can be done outside the rush hours, which is usually between, let's say, 8 and 10 a.m. And that's the morning rush hours. And then the afternoon rush hours are between 3, oh gosh, even in Chicago, it goes all the way to 7 p.m. But let's just say 3 to 6 p.m. But sometimes it's 7 or 8 p.m. on a Friday night. But yeah, and if you're taking a road trip, especially late at night, obviously be careful. Make sure that you fill up on gas just so you're not stuck in the middle of nowhere, especially if you're traveling through the cornfields and you don't have any gas and there's no one passing through, and you might have to wait a few hours, or you might have to call the cops or whatever, or your insurance company to help bail you out by filling up the gas or whatever. The third biggest time waster I have is shopping around for stuff, especially you don't need online. Like, I don't understand. There's some people who just shop around on Amazon, just look, ooh, what can I see? What can I buy? Ooh, let me spend my money. Yeah, let me get more broke. But it's just a big time waster, especially if you're doing that every single day. For me, when I ever shop on Amazon or when I ever shop for something, I know what I'm looking for. Like, let's say if I need, resistance bands, I'm like, okay, I'm only going to shop on Amazon for resistance bands. Or if I need, I want this shirt or something like that, or this, or I need a new sweater, a new bag or something like that, I only shop on there. I don't just type on Amazon, ooh, let me look what I'm going to shop for. You know what I mean? The same thing you could argue for browsing in stores. Here's the thing. I browse in stores because sometimes it's a real good way to get cardio in. So if I'm trying to, I'm always trying to cut. I'm still overweight. But sometimes I like to walk on the store, especially if it's late at night, because gyms in my area close really early. So if I want to get some cardio in, I'll go to Walmart for an hour. I'll walk around the aisles, probably buy like a thing of diet soda, whatever's on sale. Maybe they have some, some supplements or something, some vitamins. I'll see what's on sale, just walk around, waste time. But if you're not trying to lose weight or whatever, or if time's really important for you, it's not good for you to go browse around shopping unless you need a mental break. Walking around shopping, like, I'm not even going there to shop for many things. I already know what I'm probably gonna get. I'm not like, ooh, do I need this new stupid thing? Well, maybe if it's on sale, if it's really cheap, $3-4, I'll get it. But I don't actively try to look to buy stuff. I only use it as an excuse to do cardio, and I'm always going to usually get at least a thing of diet soda from Walmart. But yeah, shopping around is a really huge time waster. Fourth one is cooking every single meal and all this fancy stuff instead of just cooking in bulk. So sometimes I understand, like, if you live in a college dorm, you really can't cook in bulk. You may not have a fridge. You may not have all this stuff to store all this food in. So I guess it kind of makes sense. You really can't cook in bulk. But if you have a kitchen, you really don't have an excuse to not cook in bulk, like cook a few days in advance. Like, if you know, hey, I'm going to eat chicken breast 5 out of 7 days a week, Monday you can cook the whole batch of chicken breasts, put some in the fridge, put some in the freezer, and then that way you don't have to cook chicken breast every single day. Obviously, you might have to cook little stuff here and there because obviously you want to change up the diet a bit. You're like, oh, maybe I'll cook some broccoli this day because I didn't cook the broccoli, or I didn't go to the store ran out of this or something like that. But anything that you know you're going to eat the majority of the week, which for me it's like chicken breast or whatever, I try to cook it in bulk so I don't have to cook and waste time, because cooking, you can waste a lot of time and a lot of energy, because it's generally going to take the same amount of time and energy for you to cook one chicken, well, not necessarily the same, but similar amount of time and energy for you to cook one chicken breast versus, let's say, 10 or 20 chicken breasts. So you might as well just cook in bulk at the same time, just so you have to do less cooking and you have more free time to be able to study, make money, work, do whatever the hell you need to do. And the fifth one that I have that I think probably a lot of guys waste a lot of time on is either going on too many first dates with chicks, especially if you're broke, and always trying to hang out with chicks or whatever, especially if you're friend zoned. Because if you're gonna hang out every single day with a chick, or even with some of your guy friends, like if you're gonna hang out for extended periods of time just to fool around, if you wanna do it every single day, what you can is meet somewhere where you're gonna go. Like, let's say a real safe bet is you should go to the gym 5-6 days a week or whatever, 4 to 6 days a week. You can hang out with this girl you're talking to, or your girl you're dating with, or your guy friends or whatever. You can go to the gym, lift weights. It might make the session slightly longer, but it might make it more enjoyable. It also is going to make you push harder because you're going to have a spotter and all that stuff. You're going to have a gym mate. So it's a real good way for you to either talk to the chick that you're dating or thinking of dating or going on a first date with or first few dates with, and getting to be with your guy friends that you don't really live with. That's a good way if you want to see them 4-6 days a week, to just go to the gym, lift with them, or maybe, I don't know, before in the morning you grab some coffee or something at like Starbucks or McDonald's. I like McDonald's because they have $1 coffee. Dunkin' Donuts too, they have $2 coffee. So if you're already gonna do that in your day regardless, then try to fit your friends or your girlfriends or whatever in that, because you really shouldn't be trying to hang out with people you're not living with like 6-7 times a week, because that's just wasting a bunch of time that you can use for other stuff. The one biggest thing that gets on my pet peeve is that guys who FaceTime, well, especially guys who are friend zoned, they FaceTime a chick for hours and hours on end, like just a bunch of hours, like 8 hours. I just don't understand that. Like, even if you're dating the chick, even if you're married to the chick, FaceTiming her for 8 hours, yeah, you need to get a life if you're FaceTiming someone for 8 hours. Like on Snapchat, I've always seen people like, oh, I'm booing with the phone to 8 to 10 hours. Well, if you're on the phone with your girl that long, why the hell don't you drive to her? Because even if she's 3 hours away, you know, you can hang out for 2 hours or whatever. Or how about you actually get a job and you actually work so you can make some money? Okay, because that's more important than FaceTiming someone from 8 to 10 hours when you're not even talking half the time. You're just on the phone, falling asleep, looking at each other. I'm like, it's cool to do that maybe for an hour or two, like maybe once a week, I guess, if you have stuff to talk about and you're really close with that person. But if that's not the case, you shouldn't be FaceTiming, I don't care, anyone for 8 to 10 hours unless it's work related, going to make you money, or maybe it's like a huge family reunion or whatever, and I guess instead of doing the 1 year family reunion, you just do some Zoom thing or whatever. But you shouldn't be FaceTiming anyone for 8 to 10 hours at a time. That really pisses me off, because you have no life if you're doing that every single day, or even once a week, I would say, if you're FaceTiming someone for 8 hours a day. I just have to really just put that point out there, because I don't think a lot of guys don't get that. A bonus one that I have is partying, obviously, because if you're partying every single day, you're just not going to have time and the energy to be able to do your daily task and all that stuff and get ready for the work week. If you're partying Friday, Saturday night, you know, staying up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, not only you're going to mess your sleep schedule, which for some people it may not really matter, because if they're working from home or they have their own business, it doesn't matter whether they start work at 9 a.m. or if they start work at 9 p.m., you know. But for most of us guys who are either students or regular 9-to-5ers who have an actual job that we have to be at work during the day, you know, you can't be partying Friday, Saturday, and then not being able to recover and your sleep schedule, and then your sleep's going to be messed up and you're not going to be able to perform. It's hard at work, at the gym, and all that stuff. It's partying every single weekend, especially twice. It's just going to mess up your whole sleep schedule. For me, I made this mistake. First few weeks of school, I partied a lot. My grades actually went down a bit, or not my grades, but my grades in one of my classes went down a bit. And I just can't justify partying anymore because it just doesn't feel productive. And it just feels like a big time waster. I want to party again, but I just don't have the same motive as before. And again, there are other reasons. I'll probably talk about it towards the end of the school year, why I don't like partying anymore. But yeah, partying is just a huge time waster, especially you're not rich. You know what I mean? If you don't have money, you know, there's just so many other better things that you could do with your time other than partying. So yeah, those were my 5 biggest time wasters that were a little bit different than most people would say, plus a bonus one, so really it's 6. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check my link tree, subscribe to Rumble. Don't forget to hit the bell notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.